It's feels odd because we're not gonna keep going after today. That's we're not gonna sit in a room and try and pick a playoff roster and start that journey. That's how probably more than in anything. And then you know what? When I wake up tomorrow, I'm sure the other will set in.
No, it was too little, too late. But how encouraged have you been over this last month or so with the way that you guys played?
No, I think it's been really encouraging. More than just that. It's you just pray that the injury gods shine on us next year, and because you just like to see what these guys can do whole, and too, it's been good how them guys have kept fighting. They wasn't ever laying any down, trying to just play the string out. It's like they were going out there to win every game that we played, and there was a lot of energy and excitement, and I felt like we were in a pennant race, quite honestly, the way they were getting after it.
Did that affect your thinking? I mean, in other words, was there a point where you were leaning one way or the other, and maybe how they played and how they responded? Did that change at all?
Yeah, maybe. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, to tell you the truth, I've teetered on the fence. I tried to keep that. I say I've never been through this before, so I wasn't sure how to navigate it. Talked to a lot of people that have been through it and got some good advice, and so I just tried to stay in the moment pretty much and not, focusing on that day's game.
By through it, did you mean end of contract or retirement period?
Just what am I going to do?
Right.
Both, I guess. As we're sitting here right now, I still feel good.
You mentioned you talked to a lot of people. Maybe who are some of those people?
Yeah, it's just like guys that have been through it. A lot of other managers, been a bunch of them that I've reached out to.
Has the team talked to you at all about the future?
Not recently, no. Which, you know what, and that's if not, it's not their fault. I haven't approached them. So you know what, that's as much me, and I'm okay. You know what, if we're going to talk this week. So and that's kind of where I wanted it to go, if you want to know the truth. So that's on me.
You're not prepared for postseason, but at the same time to have Charlie out there, is that something to celebrate?
Yeah, I know it's going to feel it's going to be emotional out there, I think, for him and everybody. Charlie's meant a lot to those guys in that clubhouse and to myself and the coaches, and we got a lot of really great memories of him and what he's done here. And I go back and I look at all the starts that he made when he was here, and you never had to worry about Charlie missing a start. He posts and prepares, and I think everybody has so much respect and admiration and love for that guy, and we're glad that if this is going to be it for him, that he can come here and walk off the field as an Atlanta Brave. And I think everybody's excited about that this afternoon, and I know it'll be, like I say, it's going to be an emotional thing. I mean, for him, and I think the guys, and I'm sure his family, and the whole thing. So I think, if a guy had to script something, or if you asked Charlie if he had to script who he wanted to walk off in what uniform, I think he would say here.
When you think about passing the torch, Glab spent some time with Murphy. Murphy kind of came in. I'm sure he had some influence with Hank, and with Charlie's first spring training, he was with Glab and Smoltz and Chipper, and then he was able to kind of be around this decade. Is that kind of cool to think how he's been able to
Yeah.
back here in the short
No, it's really cool to see what he's accomplished along the way, and even this winter, it didn't work out, but I was I was like, man, it's hard to give up 30 starts that that guy in the innings that he provided, and he got a great opportunity. And but yeah, it's neat to see the respect that all the guys have for Charlie. That's the thing. I mean, there isn't a guy in there that didn't love the fact that he was going to be back here for the last week or whatever it's been. that he's been in that clubhouse. It's been really, really good, I think, and made all them feel really, really good that he was in there.
Giving you an idea of how far he could go today? I mean, is it just in your head, do you want him to go an inning? Maybe?
Yeah, I'd like for him to go an inning and maybe 1+.
Yeah.
Would be perfect thing.
Not gonna let him do the bench sheets and just wave goodbye and head down the stairs.
No, I mean, a little more than that. I forgot about that. I was here for that one.
How satisfying is it just to think of, I mean, there's good things, let's just start with Drake Ball.
Yeah.
Think about that season.
Wow. And I said the other day, where he, it's kind of like, it's really cool to think where he is today is compared to where he was, would we start March 28th or 29th, something like that? How far he's come in that period, the last 6 months, and the development and the growth and everything that kid's accomplished has been just phenomenal. Phenomenal. I just, I was looking at it yesterday. I pulled up his season and looked, and it's like, my God, the games, the at-bats, the production, everything. Just how far he's came, just in the game calling, his throwing, everything has just gotten better and better. And that kid's gonna, he ain't done yet either. He's gonna continue to progress and get better and refine him as he figures out who he is. I think a lot of those guys, just when you see a kid like that he goes from foul pole to foul pole with the power and the authority that's rare for young guys. And he's going to get stronger, and as he matures. So it's been that's been that Hurston Waldrop, the progress that he made this year has been just something else. Watching Michael Harris, probably the best question I've had is, I think somebody the other day asked me, it's like, can you put together what Michael Harris's season? It's like, my God, that's it's what he's been through, and now you're going to look at the end of the day when everything's done, the year that he's put together. It's been really, really, I'm voting on Silver Sluggers the other day, and I look at all the outfielders, and he's right there with all of them. Juan Soto steps out because of, he had another monster year. But, I mean, he's right there with everybody else in the National League, through all the ups and downs that he's had to withstand. And, I say again, I just have so much respect for that kid just because how he goes out there and continues to win games in the outfield and how he kept betting on himself, which is that's a great trait to have because it had been hard, it wasn't easy. And everything he's learning and experiencing, and, that kid's you're going to be able to drive nails in his skin. It's going to be so tough, just everything he's been through in a young career. Watching Iggy's come back, where he started and where he's at right now is amazing, and even with all the injuries, I started thinking, and, as you sit and lay in bed and everything, if we'd have won half the one-run games that we lost, we'd probably been sitting in a wild card right now, even with the injuries. And the guys that, how Spencer, I told him last night when, he got done, everything that how he came through his season and just kept, in the innings he amassed. And now he's in there working out right now. He can make his next start, which is a huge thing, I think, for guys. Hurston could make his next start, which is awesome. Joey Wentz, what he did for us when he came in, just from another organization, how he kind of helped solidify some things. And, the total year wasn't what we wanted, wasn't what we expected going into it with everybody that we lost. But, then again, I look back and I'm proud of the guys, how they hung in there and what they accomplished. It's awesome. It was kind of started out worst case scenario thing. Mickey turned an unbelievable double play. No, it was great. It was great. I just wanted him to get through that first inning, so he didn't really told Baldwin, it's like, you got to go for a punch out for this first guy, the second inning. That's only fitting that he strikes somebody out with his curveball. So it was awesome. I think Charlie's very appreciative. It was emotional for a lot of, for everybody. It was really neat. Braves Vision did a great job with their presentation, and, so it was kind of a special moment.
And win for sale.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, "You're going to give Chris the ball, not me," and and it's hats off to Chris for being willing to do that and kind of disrupt his normal routine. But he's such a ball player. I mean, he's all about these moments, and I think he probably cherished it as much as anybody.
Saw how much he respects Charlie when he just let, not only he could do that, but then he didn't keep warming up. He stepped off the mound.
He's going to do everything right. I mean, he gets the history of the game and what this is all about, and he's a special, both of them, special guys.
How much does that add to this day?
Yeah, it's a nice topper to, win a tough game and celebrate Charlie like that. And, his wife and dad and kids are there, and who knows who else. But that was pretty special that he could have all of his family. His kids are an age where they could remember this, which a lot of guys don't get that, and they're at an age where they're going to remember this about Dad. So I think that ended up being a special time.
So you guys used so many different players this year. What can you say about the job your staff did, Cranny, Tim?
Oh man, I can't say enough about those guys. I mean, how they assimilate those guys in, how all the pitchers we use, set records, I think, and everything. Pitchers, players, the whole thing. There's guys that we were talking about the other day that I didn't even remember were here, 5 months ago or something. But the coaches do a great job. They all, and when you cycle that many guys through, man, it takes a special group, and those guys are.
Did Charlie and everything make this kind of feel like it was kind of almost a celebratory
Yeah.
conclusion?
Yeah, no, it was good. I think, and I talked to him about it before the game was over. Just the fact that he could end here where he started, end with a strikeout on a curveball that he's so well known for. I think it ended up, like I say, it was, I don't know if I've been that nervous all year when that game started, because I just wanted him to get to that, I wanted him to get to the first hitter of the second inning and not have to go get him. Like I say, Nick Allen and Nacho turned a really tough double play right there, and that was huge. Ended up being exactly what we wanted, how we wanted to celebrate Charlie coming off the mound.
Did you give him the ball, his lineup and all that?
He kept the ball. We got another one for him to give Chris, and I'm sure we'll give him all that. They'll get all the cards and everything, and I know Calvin's got a really good person that mounts all that stuff and frames it for him, so there'll be a plaque, the cards, we'll have all that for him, yeah.
When you're not playing in the postseason, do you talk to the team before you leave, or do you?
Yeah, I talked to him today. And I told them it's kind of like as a manager, I got to put a ribbon on this thing, and just it wouldn't have felt right if I didn't address them before we went out there today. In the postseason, you have that, and you go over what your program's going to be the next few days and things like that. But this one is just, thanking them for their efforts and how they didn't cash it in, and we just kept playing competitive baseball for 6 months and 162. I mean, I couldn't tell sometimes if we were the ones that were trying to chase somebody or hold off somebody. So I was proud of and I told them that. I was just proud of how they approached everything. It's a great group of guys in there. They're all professionals, how they go about their job. And I meant every word. That they just wanted to thank them for what they did.
How do you address next year with them? I mean,
I didn't. I feel when the time comes, they're all going to know, and because I don't, and quite honestly, nobody's asked in the room. I think they know what's out there and everything, so they'll be the first to know.
Anything else for Snit?
Snit, how would you describe today, just for you in general?
That was a great day. You know what? I was excited about this day because of how we were going to honor Charlie, number one. Obviously wanted to win the game, and Ronald got us on the board there really quick, and those add-on runs were nice. But yeah, it was a kind of a special day, and I was looking forward to it. I was nervous. I wanted that first inning to go good. The biggest thing I just did not want to have to warm somebody up and go get Charlie in the first inning and do all the stuff then. You know, I really wanted, I didn't care if they hit a homer, the first batter, the second inning, or base hit, or whatever, you know, because I had told Chris that we're going to bring him, he's going to get one, they have to. And I think it was good that, you know, we didn't even ask if we could circumvent that, you know, figured it'd be good to, and now in retrospect, it was perfect how it happened.
Anything else?
Okay, thank y'all.